Is Nuketown the most forgotten Black Ops 2 map? Well, in zombies, I think so. But typically, when you think of Black Ops 2 zombies, you think of Transit, the worst map, or Origins, one of the best, and Mob of the Dead, one of the best. Not Nuketown, okay? I think I would think about Die Rise more than Nuketown, honestly, because honestly, at least it's a map with a good wonder weapon, which we'll get to next map. So last episode was Transit, and next episode is going to be Die Rise, like I said. And let's go and hop into the map layout. This should be pretty interesting. Nuketown, the most lovely multiplayer map ever, actually. And then boom, zombies. Black Ops 2 is what I like to call Nuketown zombies as the 5, or perhaps the Classified, or even perhaps the Giants. All of these maps have something in common. They were on release, but you had to do something special to get them. Nuketown cost $5, and it was a bonus on launch. The Giant was also a bonus, and the Classified you had to get a pass. And the 5, so all these maps have something in common. So that's what they have in common. 5 and Nuketown are very similar. First of all, they're both very challenging, and they're both very interesting, actually. So these maps are normally forgotten about, actually. Why is Nuketown forgotten? Well, we'll get into that in a second. So the map layout's pretty simple. The middle, you have the typical areas. You know, you have the bus, you have the giant, you have the giant truck, and it's a pretty standard spawn area. And you have two other areas. You have the yellow house backyard, which is a little training area, and it's pretty cool. And the blue cyan greenhouse area. And in the backyard, it's actually, in my opinion, a better place to train, and this also has more room. So I personally like the greenhouse backyard, maybe just a little bit better. But they're both actually very good to train in. So you have training spots, pretty much all over the map, actually. Each section has a training spot you can train at, which is pretty good. So that's pretty much the map layout, just 3 center areas. And you have the houses, which you can go into, but there's no really reason to. Wall weapons are actually kind of worse than box weapons, in my opinion. I think the box is something to go for rather than wall weapons in this map. But, you can go inside the truck and get some Bowie knife and Galvin knuckles and all that good stuff. So, I think that's what we have to really talk about the map layout. It's actually a pretty obvious difference from a multiplayer. Let's go ahead and hop into the gameplay already. Now, why exactly is Nuketown so hard? So, basically, it's pretty easy. Random perk spawns. So you can either get Jug on round 1, like I did here, and absolutely freak out, or get Jug on the 20th. You can get Jug in the 20th. That is a huge problem, okay? I can get Jug on round 8, 10, 15, not 20 rounds. I cannot go that far without Jug. I cannot go that far with 2 hits, okay? So there are literally 3 other perks. 3 other things that you can get. You can get Speed Cola, Double Tap, and Pack-a-Punch. Now all these things can randomly spawn, but do you actually want Pack-a-Punch? You're not gonna get it until 20th. Do you actually want Jug? 20th. Do you want Double Tap for some reason? 20th. Do you not want Speed Cola? It'll spawn the first time. Okay, this is all of this annoying stuff that has to do with random perk spawn. I like the fact that RNG realized. That's what makes this map so chaotic. But when I get Jug in the 20th is a little bit too much, okay? Way different than Shino Numa, okay? I can get Jug on like round 10 at most on Shino Numa, okay? Not this. So perks actually rain down from the sky as like a little meteor nuke thing and hits the ground in a random location, yet again RNG, which is a huge problem. Well, what else do we have to talk about? So this map is extremely hard, even with Jug. Look at this gameplay. Half of this is on my end for being an idiot and wanting to hit the box when I literally don't even need anything except for monkeys. I'm an absolute fool. Look at this. Look at this footage. What a fiend, ladies and gentlemen. But that's not all. It's also introduced one of my favorite weapons that really reminded me of the Commando from Black Ops 1, the M27. This weapon is pretty cool. It's very similar to the Galil, and it's very, very good. And only on Nuketown for some reason. I'm not sure what that's about. But it's also very, very useful. A little bit of a random topic to talk about. But I feel like BO2 Zombies has zombie glitches. And on this map especially, when I kill zombies in a giant horde and they're just piled on the ground, random things can occur. Like, what is this? Explain. But no, I think that's honestly all we have to talk about gameplay. It's going to be a little bit of a short episode since, not too much stuff to talk about, not anything too special about this map. So let's go and hop into storyline Easter eggs. Now, there's not too much to talk about in this topic, actually, but we do have a few things. So, this map takes place on the CIA and CDC team, the same things that you play as on the transit survival maps. So these people are here to check out the nuke site and just see all the stuff. So, CIA, CDC, obviously, stuff about that. But once you reach around 25, Richtofen will spread quotes throughout the entire map. Now, this map takes place at the same time as Moon, BO1 Zombies map that we did 2 episodes ago. Alright, this is a cool little twist, but this map does take place on the same time as Moon. So Richtofen and all the crew is on Moon doing the Easter egg as we play this map. And if you're playing on regular mode, you will actually hear Richtofen quotes through this entire map. You'll actually hear the quote when you start the game and make it to round like 2 or something, 3 maybe. You'll actually hear a quote that whenever like the ball thing gets stuck inside the radio tower, you actually hear Richtofen quote that he actually says. But once you reach around 25, he'll actually do the part where he takes over Samantha's body and he takes control over the zombies. Let's go ahead and listen to the quote that he actually says and the special effect that happens when this happens. Once this occurs, the zombie's eyes will actually turn blue. Now, this is a sick little twist because actually when Richtofen takes control on the Moon, all the zombies become blue. All the zombies' eyes become blue, just like in Transit, Die, Rise, and Buried, because Richtofen is in control of the zombies. And this is actually a really cool little thing that this map is going on at the same place as Moon. And, yeah, this is actually a pretty little sick twist here. And Richtofen is the new announcer. Her announces all the power-ups and the new fire sale music, which is pretty sick. And when you actually end the map, which I don't have gameplay footage for actually, but a nuke that you send on Moon will fly towards Earth as the ending. Not even music to go around with this. Just like, just a little Richtofen laugh, which is a pretty cool little ending to the map. And with that, we have come to the end of the map analysis. If you guys did enjoy this Nuketown episode, I know it's a bit shorter because there's not too much stuff to talk about this map. But the reason this map is forgotten is because it's RNG and it's honestly hard and it doesn't have too much stuff to talk about, like no storyline really. Nothing too epic to commit to the storyline, just a map that takes place during another map, which is a cool little thing. But nothing too special about this map. I hope we got to answer the question. So that's really the main reason it's forgotten, not too much to talk about. But next episode will be Die Rise. That'll be an interesting map to talk about because it might be a little bit of a long one to talk about all the bad features, but also all the good features like this liquefier and the elevators. But, I mean, not the elevators. The elevators are terrible. But enough of that. We are not talking about Die Rise. We are talking about Nuketown. That is the end of the map analysis. Next episode is Die Rise. I will see you guys in the next map analysis. Peace.